Full disclosure, I am a pretty big fan of the Clannad anime, so I may be a tiny bit biased. But I'm not going to apologize about that. Most people know it is that really sad anime which, I mean. That's true, sure.
But there's other stuff too.
Actually, I could make more than a few episodes about this particular anime. It is truly a treasure trove of good stuff for any fiction writer to pick through. Do yourself a favor and watch it if you haven't. It is crazy how good it actually is.
Today, though, I'm narrowing my focus to talk about a teddy bear. Yes, really.
For a brief recap, Clannad is about a high school delinquent named Tomoya Okazaki.
He meets this girl on the first day of school under the cherry blossom trees talking to herself about bread.
This frail little small being is Nagisa Furukawa, and it is taking every single fiber of my being not to talk about her. She's starting a drama club in her school and enlists Okazaki's help.
He decides to help her out by promising to half-ass it and complain the entire time.
Truly, he and I are kindred spirits. Not the drama department part, though.
That's my jam. He's such a jock about the drama department, I swear.
What Nagisa needs from Okazaki is warm bodies to fill up her roster so she can put on the greatest show of all time. I will probably talk about her play some other time, tbh.
I mean, the two of them could do it one-man show style, but who would want that?
Okazaki ends up meeting the star of my little episode, Kotomi Ikinos.
Kotomi is this shy, introverted library girl who is so engrossed in her reading and crafts that she doesn't even notice Okazaki discreetly trying to get her attention. Girl, same.
She does end up agreeing to help Okazaki out with the drama department.
I suspect it's because she feels bad for him after he starts skipping fourth period to hang out with her at the library. What kind of delinquent skips school to hang out at school? Anyway.
Soon after, she joins Nagisa's merry band of thespians. This mysterious guy in a trench coat starts showing up.
Like hardcore stalker style.
And he's an older guy, too, which makes it extra creepy. Kotomi tells Okazaki that she knows this guy. According to her, this dude is after her father's research paper.
Kotomi's dad was researching the existence of parallel worlds before his plane was mercilessly shot down by Truck Hanover, the Pacific.
Wait, this anime has multiverse theory in it. This was made in like the early 2000s.
Huh. Anyway, after her parents' plane went into the drink, this guy showed up at her house looking for a backup copy of her father's research so he could continue his work. Child Kotomi does find a manila envelope full of papers, and she gets so angry at the man she lights them on fire. That burning envelope decides that it needs to spread. That's just fire doing what it do. Soon her entire house is ablaze and she just kinder sits down and welcomes her new fire parents home. Her childhood friend, who may or may not be Okazaki, shows up to meet her fire parents and decides that Kotomi is better off not being burned to death and saves her life. It is Okazaki, by the way. Them being childhood friends isn't super important to the story, and it's not like he remembers it anyway. Fast forward to the present, and Okazaki decides to throw down with this creepy trench coat man, and he hears the man's side of the story. The man has explicit instructions to give her Kotomi a specific suitcase, and I assume he has also been instructed to do this in the creepiest way possible. Okazaki ultimately relents and sets up a meeting between this man and Kotomi. You know, just as an aside, Okazaki is incredibly reliable and responsible for a delinquent. I wonder what that's about. At the meeting, the man apologizes for his behavior after her father's death. That's a pretty good start. He reveals to Kotomi that her father did not actually have any backup copies of his research like the man had hoped for in that manila envelope, and he found out later that Kotomi had actually burned a teddy bear catalog. In the days leading up to the plane crash, Kotomi's birthday was coming up, which was a big deal to her parents for a specific reason. Being a shy girl, Kotomi had never really told them what she wanted as a gift. That year was special because she finally asked for a gift for the first time, a teddy bear. Her parents, extremely stoked to finally give their daughter her very first requested birthday gift, spent countless hours searching for the absolute best teddy bear that could possibly exist. It was the first gift she's ever asked for after all. It had to be perfect. The man places the suitcase on the table and pushes it over towards Kotomi.
Kotomi recognizes the suitcase. It belonged to her father. The man says to open it, and when she does, all she finds inside is a stuffed teddy bear and a note. On the note's cover it says, in English, the following phrase:
"If you find this suitcase, please take it to our daughter."
The only person who can read this English note amongst Okazaki's gang is Kotomi, so she opens up the rest of the note and reads it aloud.
"Dear Kotomi,
the world is beautiful. Even when you are filled with sadness and tears, open your eyes. Do what you wish to do. Become what you want to be. Make friends. Don't rush and take your time in becoming an adult."
He's a bear we found at a gift shop. We looked around many places, and he is the biggest one. We didn't have time and couldn't send him from the airport. Our cute Kotomi.
Happy birthday.
So what happened was, her parents found the perfect bear in a gift shop on the way to their flight and bought it. Their plan was to mail the bear to her when they landed, but once it became clear that the plane was going to crash, her father took everything out of his suitcase, including his entire life's work, in order to put the beat and that note inside of it to keep it safe from the crash. The man in the overcoat explains further how he was able to bring the suitcase to her.
The case ended up getting washed up on shore in a foreign land. He says that the case, the bear, and the note all showed signs of being handled, which meant that the case ended up circling the entire globe in its quest to make its way there in front of her in that moment. The case was handed off from one person to the next, the first part of the note read by those who found it in a multitude of different languages. "If you find the suitcase, please send it to my daughter. This teddy bear spent years traveling to countless places all over the world to get to Kotomi. All of its traveling was spent to reach the single brilliant girl in Japan who tragically lost her parents to an unfortunate plane crash. All in a lifelong quest to say the final thing her loving parents wanted to say to her. Happy birthday, Kotomi."